I am the Supreme Lord of this universe. The world can't ever know. Nope, that is not clickbait. I'm being completely honest with you. I am the Supreme Lord of this universe. It's okay with me if you think I'm crazy. I have thought that more than a few times myself. But I have accepted that this is the truth. I am the Supreme Lord of this universe. So what the hell does that even mean? This means that I am energetically powerful enough to shift all of the civilizations in this universe to the next level of evolution. Yep, that's what it means. It doesn't mean I'm going to come knocking on your door and tell you you have to bow down. It doesn't mean I'm going to be living in some giant empirical mansion. It doesn't mean I'm going to take over the governments of the world. It means that I have the power in my astral body to decide when and how this entire universe and all of the civilizations on all of the planets in this universe, I have the power to shift them up. I was given this power in June of 2022 after extraterrestrials told me that the solar flash would happen when I decided to make it happen. So I had learned about this thing called the solar flash. As you know, in June of 2022, I did Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, which is human-initiated contact with extraterrestrials, and I was successful. I've been in communication with them ever since. And I had been given a dream by them that there was going to be a worldwide ascension event, but I wasn't clear how that was going to happen. So in meditation, I went and I called upon my extraterrestrial light being friends, and I said, when and how is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? And they said, it'll happen when you decide. So, taking this literally, I said, okay. And then I live streamed a meditation to astrally travel to the sun to trigger the solar flash ascension event. The link for that first live stream is in the description. You can check it out. If I had any idea what was going to happen next. So, they said, and it annoyed me when I said, when is this ascension event going to happen? And they said, when you decide. And I went, oh, come on. Everybody says that. That's such a cop-out. That's such a typical New Age, you are the world, be the change you want to be nonsense. When I said that, I said, okay, fine. I mean, if the solar flash is going to happen, and the ascension event is going to happen because I decide to do it, then I'm just going to go do it. So I did a meditation to astrally travel to the sun to trigger the solar flash ascension event. The meditation was powerful, but it was nothing unusual in my experience. And then, immediately after live streaming, many extraterrestrials showed up in my home and were thanking me profusely, saying, you have no idea what you've just done. And I was confused. This was very strange to me. This wasn't the first time that I'd gone astrally traveling and done meditations. This wasn't the first time I'd led people in a live guided meditation. I didn't take it seriously. I just said, okay, if you guys say that I'm the one that's going to make it happen, I'll just go do it now. Let's get this over with. But when these ETs showed up in my home afterwards, and astrally there were, I don't know, it seemed like hundreds or thousands or millions of them. They were stretching off into infinity. And they were so beside themselves with happiness, like they couldn't contain themselves. They were so happy, like I had finally done something they had been waiting for millions of years. And they said, "You have no idea what you've just done." And they kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." So the activity didn't stop there. A couple of days later, extremely powerful, higher dimensional being visited me and said, "You are now the supreme Lord of this universe, and the most powerful energy I have ever felt hit my body and my mind. It was so powerful, it almost killed me. At least that's how it felt." So I haven't felt anything like that before or since. I've felt a lot of very powerful things, but I've never felt anything like that. And how it happened was, I'd gone to bed, because this was June of 2022, and what was happening is after I first made my initial contact with CE5 and was successful, I told that being, I said, "I want to take this as far as it can go, even if it kills me." Again, if I had any idea what that meant. I thought that meant, a ship was going to come down and I was going to get in and we were going to fly around the earth a couple of times. I thought that's what was going to happen. No, but it was far more intense than that. So what happened is, first this being shows up. She was a beautiful, feminine extraterrestrial being, and she said, jokingly, coyly, she said, "Because of what you did, you're gonna get an upgrade." And I was like, I must have had a stupid look on my face, because she said, "Okay, say thank you." I said, "Thank you." She left. And I was sitting there waiting around, I don't know how long, a couple of minutes probably, and then this energy showed up, and it was so powerful that before it actually arrived, my whole right side of my body, my right arm and my right hand, there was so much energy. And my right ear was closing. I mean, it was crazy, and it was like, what is going on with all this energy? And whoo, this being shows up. And this being says, "Because of what you have just done, you are now supreme Lord of this universe." And the energy that went through me, I've never felt anything like it. It has taken me 3 years to just begin to accept this title and to accept the responsibility for it. ETs have been this whole time insistent for the past 3 years that this is my true identity and it is my true purpose on this planet. So what the heck does this title even mean? That is something that I've been living with for 3 years. I haven't kept it a secret lately. I did for probably 2 years. I didn't tell anybody. I started sort of leaking it out or saying it sort of under my breath. But now I'm being completely open about what happened. So what the heck does this even mean? If I deny this experience, my life starts to unravel. However, if I merely repeat to myself the phrase, "I am Supreme Lord of this universe," a powerful rush of higher dimensional energy surges through my mind and my body. And if I act as though this is true, my life surges forward. There is a catch, however. So I can't tell you how many times I've just been struggling in life in all the normal human ways. even more so since this has happened sometimes. And when I'm in my gravest doubts, when I'm in my deepest fears, I take what is called contrary action. I do the thing that is opposite to what everything inside of me wants to do. So when everything inside of me wants to be afraid and wants to catastrophize and wants to complain, when I'm at my worst, I will simply repeat to myself, sometimes under my breath, sometimes out loud if there's nobody around, and I will say, I am the Supreme Lord of this universe. I am the Supreme Lord of this universe. And I feel energy go through my body every time that it happens. Soon after this event, I seriously suspected that I was suffering a psychotic delusion. The mental anguish was causing me physical pain. Then, a powerful light being told me, perhaps it was the same one that told me the first time. This being said, you don't understand. This is a title. It can be taken away from you. That helped me begin to accept it. So I don't know why really, I guess because I realized that it wasn't just about me, that this was something that somebody needed to be doing in the universe. Somebody needed to be taking this action. And so when I was told, if you don't want it, we'll take it away from you. Also, if you don't live up to it, we'll take it away from you. That wasn't said, but that was kind of what I got from it. And that made me realize, oh, okay, so this is a job. And I've got this job because I did that meditation. And in that meditation, here's what dawned on me. I did something selfless for the universe. Some light being said, when I said, when is the solar flash going to happen? Being said, when you decide. And I went, okay, let's just go do it. And I invited you guys along. You did it with me. I didn't think anything of it. But my desire in that moment was just to selflessly do something to help everything else. And that seems to have been what got everybody so excited. And so I believe that's why this being gave me that title. So why am I telling you this? The truth is, I am the only human being who needs to know this. My power is in the astral realm. It's not here on this earth. The 3D earth will likely never know who I am. I am telling you this because if you decide to take responsibility to shift the earth, you may also receive a visit and receive a very lofty title. So I am now completely committed to this task. And as time goes on, I am becoming more and more convinced that everything that I have been told is the truth. I've come to understand that this third dimensional universe is a video game headset. It's not reality. And that what is outside of this third dimensional video game is real, is the truth. And out there, I am extremely powerful. In fact, I'm so powerful, I can't even begin to accept how powerful I am. I just go out there and I do my thing, whatever it is. And every time that I act fearlessly and with a selfless desire to help the universe, the beings that live outside of this third dimensional video game go absolutely bonkers with happiness and with joy and with gratitude towards me. It's been confusing because down here on Earth, I still got to wipe my butt like everybody else. But out there, I'm the talk of the town. So I dare you to try and get a title more powerful than mine. I won't be jealous. I'm not in any competition with you. If you get a title bigger than mine, I will bow before your power. I'm inviting you to join me in interdimensional meditation on this channel, doing the live CE5 on this channel. And I invite you to do the higher dimensional energy practices that I teach. I believe that if you are willing to die to your third dimensional ego and communicate with higher dimensional light beings, I guarantee you, you will never be the same. So that's the only reason I'm still here. I've been told a couple of years ago, they told me that my time on this planet is over. So whatever I was supposed to do as just a 3D normal human being, whatever I was supposed to learn, whatever karma, that's over with now. I don't even know how I'm still here. So I'm only focused on one task, and that is to do everything I possibly can to shift this entire universe up to the next level. And I would love to have your help. So here are some resources. You can do the live guided meditations that we do on this channel every Wednesday and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. They will be recorded on the live section if you want to listen to them later. If you haven't already done so, do the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. That can be found at thunderwizard.com among a bunch of other subscriptions. You can also click on the shop at thunderwizard.com and look at the practices that are available for you. I am going to start really focusing on teaching these Mao Shan practices. Why? The Mao Shan are the single most powerful spiritual practitioners, I believe, on this planet. They have been viewed as sorcerers by the Chinese for hundreds of years. Chinese have looked at these people with fear, even though they were the first sect to create the Taoist monastic mystical religion, if you will. They're incredibly powerful. And their goal was the same goal that I have, which is to physically shift to a higher frequency. And they knew how to do it. And so I want to invite you to come along with this channel. Starting very soon, I'm going to start going very deep into the energy practices, the sets as I call them, the Mao Shan energy sets. These are designed to completely shift you up and shift your frequency up. And everybody who's done them has come back to me. Now, if you want to figure out, is this guy telling the truth? Go to the shop at thunderwizard.com and go to thunderwizard.com and click on shop. And in the shop, what you will see here, if you go down to the bottom, you see the menu. It says shop. You click on shop. You're going to see things like the Mao Shan 5-element spirit fighting forms. You will see the Awakening the Immortals. You will see the Celestial Qigong. The Celestial Qigong I created 20 years ago because I wanted to reverse engineer. I'll tell you what happened. I was studying with these spirit fighting martial artists, Mao Shan martial artists. They didn't have a whole lot of head knowledge about anything. And I really wanted to know. So I was going to all of these other Taoist Tai Chi masters and internal martial arts masters and meditation masters. Some of them would get scared and, close the door and not let me in their studio. I kid you not. Some people would tell me, you got to be careful with that. And other people would just like, I don't know what to tell you, because they didn't have anything like this. And so I reverse engineered the sets, and I found the postures that were unique to the Mao Shan spirit fighting that the other Taoist practices didn't have. And I made what I call Celestial Qigong. Since then, over the past 20 years, there have been energetic masters, both from Taoist energetic Qigong masters, Tai Chi masters, as well as Kundalini yoga masters, and meditation masters, and they do that, and they've come back to me and they've said, I've never felt anything like this. And they say that it has a higher frequency than anything they've ever learned. Well, I know why that is now. And we're going to get deep into that. I've just uploaded here on maoshan.thunderwizard.com the first spirit fighting set, which comes after the 5 elements. And I am doing this because the world is ready for this energy. When I started doing this 30 years ago, I'm not kidding you, Chinese people would run away from me when they heard what I was doing. They were so frightened of it. And I would have people come to class and I would teach them, and the energy would be so intense that they would never come back. I'd never hear from them. They'd disappear. I've now come to see that the world is finally ready for this. They're finally ready for this higher frequency because we are shifting up. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be talking more about that on this channel as we go. So do the Mao Shan practices, which you can find both at the Warrior 90 Day Lightning Qigong and at the shop at thunderwizard.com. If you want to learn how to contact and communicate with these higher dimensional beings, in case you want to get a fancy title like Lord of the Universe, then I've created a video course which you can find at contact.thunderwizard.com. Now, I've also come to find out that I have a special talent that has been given to me by my higher dimensional friends, which is I can channel their energy directly to individuals. Now, this isn't your average channeling where you go on and somebody's making a, and they're going to go on to blah, 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 and they're going to say generalized New Age things. That, the world is shifting and focus on positivity, or tell you really crazy things like you need to get an ID badge or some other crazy nonsense. This is some of the stuff that channelers are saying. When I channel, what happens is this energy hits me and beings come and communicate directly to me. And I don't go into a trance. I mean, I'll get to a higher frequency, but they don't possess my body. I just simply speak what they're telling me, or I translate the telepathic, emotional, energetic messages that are coming to me. And I can feel them. I'm not making it up. And what ends up happening is that this energy goes directly to people and it empowers them, and that energy never leaves them. So I'm channeling higher dimensional energy to you into your life. If you want to take advantage of that, you can go to channel.thunderwizard.com. You already know about maoshan.thunderwizard.com, and please share this channel with all of your social media contacts. It's time. And I'm ready. I'm ready to do my job. No more screwing around. So if you're ready to do your job and you're done screwing around with the third dimensional nonsense, I encourage you to come with me. That's it, my friends. I love you all very much. Please be very good to yourselves. I will see you all very soon.